Welcome to Medica Nova Wellness Studio. I'm Dr. Angelika Maria Koch with the educational videos about optimal health and the most innovative and holistic approach to your well-being. Today let's have a look at a more serious topic called Ankylosing Spondylitis, which is a type of arthritis. People may experience severe pain and mobility problems. So in this video I will share with you a few lifestyle tips, indicated natural supplements and effective therapeutic homeopathic remedies which you can get hold of in your local health food store. This is really a no-brainer, and in my practice Medica Nova I have great results with these natural protocols. So if you have been diagnosed with this life-challenging disease, it doesn't mean you have to end up feeling like a hopeless victim, seemingly controlled by this challenge. Remember, you have all the freedom of choice here as well, so enjoy. Before I want to go on, I want to thank all my viewers out there of my channel Medica Nova Wellness Studio, because lately, over the last 3 months, I had an increase in subscribers, and that gives me the motivation to keep going, but also knowing that there are enough people out there who are interested in how to live optimal health, so thank you. For the newcomers, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, share and like it with your friends and family. And don't forget to have a look at my website, medicanova.net, at the online academy, where you will find comprehensive home study online courses in health and wellness coaching, integrated mental health, homeopathy and quantum healing, and so much more. If you're interested in a personal health consultation, either for yourself or your children, contact me at health@medicanova.net. So what is ankylosing spondylitis? As I said, it's a type of arthritis which causes swelling, pain, stiffness in the joints, mostly in the back and pelvis. So it's the base of the spine where the spine links with the pelvis, and we call it the sacroiliac joints, but it doesn't have to be. Now in ankylosing spondylitis, the joints and the ligaments that help the joints move, they start to swell, and therefore they don't function very normal. In some people, the pain and the stiffness in the back comes and goes, and in the others, the mobility and the limitation, the pain is constant, and the disease gets worse with time. This is why I say each case is unique. Each take, you have to really meet the person here, look at the individual symptomatology, and then come up with an individual target treatment protocol. Then you have good results. So when the tissue around the joints get injured by the disease, it is replaced by new tissue, but here it comes. It slowly turns into bone. So over time, this can fuse the joints in the spine together. And eventually some people, and I really want to underline some people, not everyone with ankylosing spondylitis, ends up with a spine that's almost entirely fused together like one bone. And movements like stooping, stiffness of the neck, bending become very, very difficult. Most people display these symptoms during the teen or the young adult years. It's very rare to see it with somebody over 40 years old. But it's more prevalent in men than in women. They say it's a ratio from 3 to 1. It's also very difficult to diagnose, because people by then go from doctor to doctor and test to test, because it's sort of often confused with rheumatoid arthritis or arthritis. So when your doctor, detects some symptoms which maybe lead to ankylosing spondylitis, he or she will do tests like erythrocyte sedimentation rate, ESR, C-reactive protein, CRP will check if there's an inflammatory status in your body. The doctor will also check for human leukocyte antigen like B27 to check for HLA-B27 protein, which is the genetic layer, which is often prevalent with people with this disease, as well as X-rays, MRIs, blood tests, and so on. Now, there's often the confusion about, is ankylosing spondylitis an autoimmune disease or is it an autoinflammatory disease? And it's a little bit of both, but the medical research most leans to it's an autoinflammatory disease. I mean, for example, if you have HLB27, the protein which causes the cells to attack your own healthy cells, yes, you do have an autoimmune disease, but somehow it's more related to inflammation within the body. Now, what are the signs and the symptoms? Again, a lot of pain, a lot of stiffness, particularly in the lower back and the hips, but other joints can be affected as well, like the shoulders, the ribs, so we have breathing difficulties, hands, feet, as well as the heels. Buttocks pain, neck pain, lots of fatigue. And usually the pain doesn't start suddenly. It comes sort of over time, slowly increases over the months and the years. And the most common is the pain and the stiffness, which is worse in the morning or after you have been inactive, like sitting many hours, on your desk, working on the computer, even watching TV. And many people with ankylosing spondylitis feel better after they start moving, like continued movement makes it better. So what are the causes of it? Well, we don't know today, and medical research says it's both an environmental as well as a genetic cause. This means if someone in your family has it, you're more likely to have it, and this is of course part or due to this HLA-B27 gene, which increases the risk of the diagnosis. But it doesn't mean you have to be developing the disease. It means you're a carrier of it. In fact, one of my big mentors, Dr. Rajan Sankaran, world-renowned homeopath, in a lecture once reminded us that you need 3 ingredients. There's the genetic layer, an event, mainly unexpected, unforeseen, which really rocked your boat. Maybe you got fired from your job, you experienced the loss or the death of a loved one, you lost all your money, all these big events. And then the third one is your relationship towards it. Are you able to move on, or do you feel stuck in your life since you experienced this event? So that really determines if a dormant layer comes towards the surface and manifests in a symptomatology. Now, does spinal fusion appear in every case of ankylosing spondylitis? Absolutely not. Each case is different. It highly varies from person to person. And no 2 cases of ankylosing spondylitis progress in the same manner. And that's why you need individual targeted treatment protocols. What are the conventional treatments? Usually painkillers, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, even steroids, to TNF blockers, which are helpful, right? Because they stop the inflammatory part, but also they come with their side effects. And I believe a combination of orthodox medicine, natural protocols, and physiotherapy is very, very effective here. It just creates a platform towards more lasting healing. So here we go. You maybe have been diagnosed with an incurable disease and you're left with taking painkillers for life. Well, that's not my way of saying, I want to live a life-affirming life. So why not change your perspective here? In my practice, Medica Nova, I have great results with dealing with such dire situations. And there are always natural solutions to it. I'm not saying here that integrated medicine can fully cure this, right? It's an incurable disease. But I certainly can share with you here that you can live a life-affirming life with less or even no pain. Now, what are the natural solutions to ankylosing spondylitis? The first one is that you have to create a self-care protocol which is very effective in the long-term management of ankylosing spondylitis, and that's the emphasis here is on management. Exercise, exercise, exercise. Move your body. I know it's a disease where it's difficult, but you have to keep moving your body. Even go in a swimming pool and under the water, it's easier to move your joints. Practice good posture. Right? Get your physiotherapy. Externally use heat and cold ice packs. Maybe hire, it's called a transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation machine from your physiotherapist, or even you can purchase them over the counter. That relieves a little bit with the pain. Definitely homeopathy and acupuncture, therapeutic massages, and change your diet into an anti-inflammatory diet, maybe keto diet. Avoid alcohol, sugar, processed food. Get in more calcium and vitamin D, and start drinking more water. Flush out your body of toxins. What are the supplements? You want to get in omega-3 fatty acids. It's very important here because they quench the inflammatory status within your body. Fatty fish like tuna, salmon, flaxseed, walnuts, chia seeds are all good examples which contain omega-3 fatty acids. You want to bring in lots of fruits and veggies, whole grains. You want to bring in nutrients, minerals, antioxidants. Bring in superfood, green superfood based on clamac algae, chlorella, spirulina, lots of kale, right? Bring in food which oxygenates you with life force. You want to bring in calcium-rich foods. Here we want to bring in tofu, broccoli, almonds, again dark green, leafy medicine like kale and green superfood. You really need vitamin D here, and most of us are deficient in vitamin D. Not just that because lack of sunshine, but it's an epidemic today. You need vitamin D because then you can use calcium from your body. So higher levels of vitamin D, within limits of course, decrease the risk of developing this disease, but also can reduce the symptoms. So vitamin D3 is very important. Comes from seafood, plant-based milk, cod liver oil, they're all rich on vitamin D. Now, if you are already on lots of drugs, I suggest that you bring in probiotics first thing in the morning to your daily protocol. Acidophilus, bifidus, because you want to create a healthy bowel flora, a good functioning microbiome, which is the essential part here for any illness. Everything starts on your plate. All the diseases come from the digestive system and mostly an unbalanced microbiome. So if you, as I said, bring in Acidophilus, bifidus, a strain of good probiotics which help and avoid a little bit the zinc and the copper salts. Maintain a healthy weight, right? If you're obese, puts a lot of pressure on your joints. With ankylosing spondylitis, you maybe see an eye inflammation called uveitis, and that is sort of more related to rapid eye pain. You maybe have blurred vision or you're sensitive to light, but that can be temporary. There can be heart ailments, and that's caused by an inflammation and enlargement of the aorta. So there can be distortion of the aortic valve of the heart. If your breastbone is affected, there can be difficulty breathing, right? So that comes along. And again, I can't stress enough the digestive system. If you have an inflammatory gut, right, sort of stir up the autoimmune part within you as well. People may suffer from irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, colitis. So really get your digestive system in a more balanced state. That's very important here. So let's talk about my favorite subject, homeopathic remedies. We have about 4,000 remedies in homeopathy, but in this video, as you know, as all my previous videos, I want to educate you, I want to encourage you, I want to motivate you to use these remedies, and I only will share with you the ones which you can get hold of in your local health food store. So what does homeopathy have to do with ankylosing spondylitis? Well, we know it's an incurable disease so far, and therefore they're very helpful in management, holistic management of this disease. So they manage the symptoms, definitely less pain, but also they moderate the immune system, and you can't get that in one remedy together. This is unique. So what it is, we have a progression and a halt of the disease, particularly in the initial stages. It's very effective. It's a great management tool for ankylosing spondylitis. I recently had a patient who used to be an athlete and who runs a construction firm, who was diagnosed with this disease. Terrible stiffness in the neck, ankle swollen, couldn't move, right? Terrible pain. He is on medication, and with only 6 weeks, he sends me, every 2 weeks emails. He is jogging. He started to jog again, which was unheard of before. So, as I said, I've seen it in my practice, and you can do it too. I think the combination of conventional medicine, physiotherapy, and natural protocols is really effective here. For adults, I would choose the potency 30, which is usually the over-the-counter potency you will get. 1 tablet daily for 1 month, and see if that works. Now, because this is a more life-depleting disease, please contact your healthcare practitioner. Contact me at Medica Nova at health@medicanova.net. I'm very happy to set up a consultation with you. This is not a situation where you can just fiddle around and see what happens, right? You need definitely professional guidelines here. But in this video, I want to encourage you that there are natural solutions out there which are affordable, effective, and they work. So I want to share with you only 4 remedies today. And as I said, you can get that in your health food store. The first one is called AESCULUS HIPPOCASTANUM. Homeopathic remedies are based on Latin names, so this is made from the horse chestnut. And their idea is, as I said before, each case is individual and therefore presents individual symptomatology. You want to look for the keynotes. What is your predominant symptom? And when you found that, then you match that with the predominant symptoms of the suggested homeopathic remedies, and the magic happens. It's the keynote. So in AESCULUS HIPPOCASTANUM, the emphasis here is pain in the sacrum and the hips. Along with that, there's a marked stiffness in the lower back. And the symptoms get worse from rising from the seat, and the person has to make repeated efforts to get out of the chair. Now, at that time, the person can have this feeling or this sensation as if the back would break. That gives it away. AESCULUS, by the way, is a great remedy if you suffer from hemorrhoids or piles. You maybe just, cover 2 flies in one here. So what are the key indications? Pain in the sacrum and the hips due to inflammation, marked stiffness in the lower back, and back pain worse rising from the seat and on stooping. The second remedy is called Calmia latifolia. It's made from Mount Laurel. And here the indication is constant pain in the spine, right? It's very important here. Pain in the lumbar area and a burning heat sensation in the lumbar spine is present. A feeling of lameness in the back. Sometimes there's again the sensation as if the back would break, like AESCULUS. But here there is this intensity of the pain which is also affecting the neck. We call it the cervical spine. And the neck feels tender to touch. And Calmia latifolia is really an effective homeopathic remedy for the pain in the neck that radiates down the shoulder. So if you see that, think about Calmia. Early morning, usually it gets worse, the neck pain in the early morning, and there's also stiffness. One of my favorite remedy has to be Rus toxicodendron, or Rus tox for short, 30 potency. It helps in reducing the stiffness in the back. So the emphasis here is about stiffness. Stiffness, wherever it happens in the body. And most intense in the morning. Sitting also aggravates the stiffness, can be in the knees as well. It works wonders in reducing the back stiffness that gets worse from taking a rest. So here lying or sitting still worsens actually the stiffness. And the person who requires this remedy really finds relief by walking or continued movement. So the first movement is painful and there's a stiffness, and continued movement, walking, makes it better. It loosens it all up. So it's a natural medicine for managing back pain, which gets relieved also by the application of hard pressure like therapeutic massage or heat packs. So what are the key indications? Look for intense stiffness in the back as well as the neck. The back stiffness that is worse in the morning or due to inactivity, and the back pain and stiffness that is reduced by continued movement, by walking, for example. The fourth one has a complete opposite keynote symptom or picture like Rus tox. It's called Bryonia alba, and it's made from wild hops. So it's a great cough remedy, right? Fantastic. So the backache here worsens from motion or walking is the guiding feature. But here stooping or standing or sitting all makes it worse. So the person only finds relief if they put themselves in absolute complete rest. They have to lie down. So a continued movement just makes it worse. Only complete rest gives them relief. There can be stiffness, definitely, along with the backache. And the stiffness can be very intense, so that the person has to sit and walk even in a stoop posture. So maintaining an upright posture is very difficult for Bryonia alba patients. But remember, with Bryonia, they need complete rest in order to get relief. With Rus tox, the first movement causes this stiffness, this pain, but continued movement makes it better. There are other remedies, and I just give you some hints which show you, should really give you this idea that you need an individual targeted treatment plan. There's a remedy called COLOCYNTHIS, also indicated for colitis, digestive problems. But here the pain is mainly in the hip, in the right hip particular. Another remedy, AGARICUS, MUSCARIUS, is when the back is very sensitive to be touched. CALC, if this backache creates a lot of weakness and fatigue in your life. NATRUM MURIATICUM, when lying on the back, only brings the relief. Another remedy, CIMICIFUGA RACEMOSA, is indicated for, again, neck pain, cervical pain, with stiffness. Another remedy, calcarea FLUOR, is to dissolve the osteophytes, which maybe can happen from this fusion of the bones. And so on. You see, we need specific remedies. Another remedy is called TELLURIUM METALLICUM, which is where the pain radiates down the hips. So you can see, if you experience ankylosing spondylitis, there is a way which includes joy, movement, and quality of life. So I really love to hear about your comments here, and if you experienced any even benefits from these suggestions via these YouTube videos, so just leave your comments below the description box. To stay updated, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and please click the bell. It just notifies you for upcoming and featured videos. At Medica Nova, it's all about flow and keeping the energy moving, and that's my motivation here. And lastly, have a look at my website, medicanova.net, at the online academy for your comprehensive home study online courses. So till next time, much love and enjoy life. Take care.